The clock says 3 a.m. and once again, you're wide awake. Your heart pounding, your mind refusing to shut off. And you're just wondering, why is my body betraying me? Why is this happening to me and how do I fix it? You're definitely not alone. It's one of the most common frustrations I hear from my patients and the reason I decided to talk about this today. Hi, I'm Dr. Cardiel. I'm a neurologist with over 20 years of experience helping thousands of patients with their neurological needs. I admit that as a U.S. Army veteran myself, I've also had my own battles with sleep over the years. I know exactly what it feels like when your own biology seems to be working against you. But what if I told you that waking up at 3 a.m. isn't random? It's not bad luck or just stress. It's your body sending you a very specific signal. Stay tuned because I'm about to reveal the biological reason this happens, but more importantly, I'm going to give you a simple 5-step science-backed 72-hour plan to reset your sleep for good. And to help you get started, I've put together a free 1-page PDF checklist of this 72-hour sleep reset that you can download using the link in the description below. I recommend that you check it out after watching this video so you can quickly put to use all the pearls that I'll be sharing with you right now. So why 3 a.m.? Why that very specific window? To be fair, although it is more commonly seen at 3 in the morning, this phenomenon can occur anywhere between the hours of 2 and 4 in the morning. But to really be able to fix it, you need to understand 2 key hormones, melatonin and cortisol. Think of them as being on a seesaw. For great sleep, you want melatonin, the sleep hormone, to be high, which keeps cortisol, the stress and action hormone, low. But somewhere between the hours of 2 and 4 a.m., a fascinating shift happens. Your sleep naturally moves from the deep stages of sleep into REM sleep, a lighter stage of sleep. The deep stages of sleep are the ones that allow you to get restorative sleep. That's when you clear toxins from your brain and consolidate information that you learned earlier in the day. This is when you actually clear the bad stuff, rearrange, and make room for the new stuff. At the same time, between the hours of 2 and 4 a.m., your core body temperature starts to slowly rise, getting you ready for the morning. And here's the critical part. Your body begins a very slow pre-dawn release of cortisol. Normally, this rise is so gentle, you sleep right through it. But I want you to picture this 3 a.m. window as walking a biological tightrope. Your body is in a naturally fragile state. If your system is already a little off balance, it doesn't take much to push you off that rope and into being wide awake. But don't worry, you're not broken. This is just your body's rhythm, and the secret is learning how to work with it and not against it. If waking up is all about being pushed off this tightrope, what's doing the pushing? It usually comes down to a few common culprits that turn what is supposed to be a gentle rise in cortisol to a super steep, nearly vertical line that simply causes you to wake up. First is chronic stress. When you're chronically stressed, your baseline cortisol levels are already running high. So when that natural 3 a.m. cortisol bump happens, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. This causes you to suddenly wake up from deep sleep, and this is how you find yourself waking up with a racing heart. Your fight or flight response completely turned on. You're in bed and it's just you with your thoughts. Second is unstable blood sugar. That late night dessert or high carb dinner can cause your blood sugar to spike and then crash. That typically occurs as you sleep. Can you guess at what time this happens? You guessed right, 3 a.m. Your body sees that crash as an emergency and releases cortisol with adrenaline to fix it, which of course will cause you to wake up. So the right balance here is crucial. Third on the list is alcohol. I know, a lot of people use alcohol to relax. And while it might make you drowsy at first, alcohol can be a huge sleep disruptor. As your body processes the alcohol, it shatters your sleep quality, keeps you out of deep sleep, and causes a cortisol rebound right when it wears off, which is often right around 3 a.m. And finally, hormonal shifts are a major factor, especially for women in perimenopause and menopause. Fluctuating estrogen and progesterone levels can mess with your body's internal thermostat, leading to hot flashes that can directly make your sleep lighter and more prone to these 3 a.m. wake-ups. Okay, but let's focus on solutions, right? The good news is you absolutely have the power to retrain your body and brain. This isn't about some magic pill. It's about sending your body clear, consistent signals that get your natural rhythm back on track. We're going to do this with a simple 72-hour reset. For the next 3 days, your only mission is to follow these 5 steps. That consistency is what will recalibrate your internal clock. Day 1, building your foundation. Step 1 is to anchor your wake time. This is the golden rule of sleep science. You must get up at the same time every single day for the next 3 days. Your wake-up time is the anchor for your entire 24-hour circadian rhythm. It's the signal that tells every cell in your body that the day has started. Waking up at different times is like giving yourself a mini dose of jet lag every day. So pick a time you can stick with, set your alarm, and when it goes off, get up. No excuses, no matter how tired you are. Step 2. Get morning sunlight. As soon as you can, after waking up, get outside for 10 to 20 minutes of morning sun. You don't need to stare directly at the sun, but ideally you will face its direction without sunglasses. Light is the most powerful tool we have for setting our body clock. That light hitting your retinas tells your brain to turn off the melatonin faucet and crank up the alertness systems. It's literally the reset button. If it's overcast, you'll need a little longer, maybe 30 minutes, but even cloudy daylight is way more powerful than anything you'll get from indoor lamps. Day 2. Optimizing fuel and your wind down. On day 2, we build on that solid foundation by getting smart about what you consume and how you prepare for bed. Step 3. Mind your caffeine and alcohol. Caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours, but it can disrupt your sleep for more than 10 hours. That 3 p.m. coffee is very likely part of your 3 a.m. problem. For this reset, your last sip of caffeine is no later than noon. And as we talked about, for the next 72 hours, alcohol is out. For these 72 hours, eliminate it completely. Let's give your body a real chance at deep, uninterrupted sleep. Step 4. The wind down 90. Imagine you are an airplane. When landing, you can't slam the brakes, right? So the same applies to your brain. You can't expect to fall asleep instantly after a busy day. You need a runway. So let's call it the wind down 90. For the 90 minutes before bed, your job is to relax. You're on the runway. This means no screens. Phones, tablets, and TVs can be a potent melatonin suppressor. Dim the lights in your house, read a real book, listen to calm music or a podcast. Do some gentle stretching or take a warm shower. That warm shower trick works because as your body cools down afterward, it sends a powerful signal to your brain that it's time for bed. This routine isn't just about feeling calm. It's about sending clear physiological signals that sleep is on the way. By the way, if you're finding this helpful and you believe in health advice that's backed by real science, take a second to subscribe to the channel. My whole mission here is to empower you with the knowledge you need to take back control of your brain health. Now, this is day 3 and beyond. Day 3 is about locking in these new habits and giving you a battle plan for if and when at 3 a.m. you do wake up. Step 5. The 3 a.m. playbook. If you wake up, rule number 1 is don't panic and don't look at the clock. Clock watching just creates anxiety, which spikes cortisol and pushes sleep even further away. Give yourself about 15 to 20 minutes to just relax and fall back asleep. I personally use this technique. Think of a word, any word. Now, starting with the first letter of the word, think of as many words as you can think of that start with that letter. Once you run out of words, move on to the second letter. I almost never get to the third letter. It's a trick that works for me, so feel free to try it. Now, if it's not happening, the best thing you can do is get out of bed. Lying there, tossing and turning, just teaches your brain that your bed is a place for anxiety. Go to another room, keep the lights dim, and do something boring. Read a dull book, listen to a guided meditation, or do some breathing exercises. As you know, slow breathing turns on the parasympathetic system and helps you relax. Once you feel sleepy again, head back to bed. This is a core principle of cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, which is the gold standard treatment for a reason. I'm making a video on CBT I, so make sure to watch it. While these strategies are incredibly effective, it's also critical to know when you might need more help. If you're waking up and you also snore loudly, gasp for air, or have frequent morning headaches, you need to be checked by a doctor. A big concern here would be sleep apnea. Waking up at 3 a.m. can feel like a prison, but I promise you, it's not a life sentence. Your body isn't broken, it's just out of rhythm, and it's looking for a leader. By consistently giving it the right signals with light, with timing, with relaxation, you can be that leader, retrain your brain, and finally reclaim your nights. The key to all of this is consistency. If this video helps you understand your sleep a little better, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into your health. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, to help you get started, I've put together a free one-page PDF checklist of this 72-hour sleep reset. You can download it right now using the link in the description below. Finally, I'd love to hear from you. I read every comment. What do you think is the main thing pushing you off that sleep tightrope? Is it stress, your phone, a late night snack? Share your story below. The idea is to build a supportive community. You're not alone in this, and together we can work on getting you a full, peaceful night's sleep. And thanks for watching.